haki katika ukusanyaji wa ushuru. Jambo muhimu ni kwamba watu hawajibike katika matumizi ya ushuru ambao wanachukua kutoka kwa wananchi. Wananchi wanafanya bidii, wanatoa pesa zao kwa serikali kupitia kwa ushuru, lakini wale ambao wamepewa majukumu ya kuhakikisha kwamba huu ushuru unatumika vizuri kusaidia wananchi, wanabwaga wananchi. Kwa hiyo mimi kauli mbiu yangu ni kwamba ushuru ni haki wananchi kulipa ushuru na ni jukumu lao kulipa ushuru, lakini jukumu zaidi ni wale ambao wanapewa pesa na wananchi wazitumie vizuri, na hizi pesa wanazopata zipatie huduma bora wananchi, ili wananchi asije tena atumie pesa yake kwa mfuko kugharimia gharama ambayo ingegharimiwa na serikali ambayo ameshailipia ushuru.
Lakini pamoja na ile wafanyabiashara ambao wamekusanyika hapa wamelalamikia sana kuhusiana na ushuru ambao wanahisi kwamba ni wa juu sana. Pengine viongozi wao wanatoa hakikisho gani kwamba ule ushuru pengine utadhibitiwa usio wa juu zaidi kumuumiza mwananchi?
Hakikisho ambayo mimi naweza kusema ni kwamba ushuru huu tutaudhibiti, na mimi naangalia kwamba tukielekea Juni inayokuja, hata finance bill nyingine inayokuja, sidhani kwamba, na sina matumaini yoyote kwamba tunaweza ongeza ushuru tena. Pengine huu 2022-2023 financial year tumeongeza ushuru, lakini ile miaka ya kifedha inayokuja sidhani kama tutakuwa na maneno ya kuongeza tena ushuru. Tutakomea hapa, na sasa tukusanye zile pesa ambazo tuko nazo, tuhakikishe kwamba wananchi wanapata huduma mashinani.
Right, Mheshimiwa, one of the things that we have seen is that as the government continues to increase the taxes, the amount that is being collected keeps reducing. Maybe you can speak to that?
I think that is a very normal curve of operations in terms of collection of taxes. The more you increase tax, the more people look for ways of evading, and the lesser tax, because some businesses will close because of that. And therefore it is incumbent on government to ensure that we collect everybody who is supposed to pay tax, pays his fair share of tax, but more importantly, to ensure that there's good tax administration laws that ensures that everybody supposed to pay tax pays, but also to lessen the burden on the taxpayer by ensuring that we give the services which are supposed to be given. At times, we collect taxes and waste people's money. Actually, the cost of tax administration sometimes is higher. The cost of tax collection becomes even higher, and you spend more taxes to collect taxes. And I think as a country we need to be more efficient, and I want to urge KRA to ensure we have a more efficient tax collection system which is not militarized. I don't like this idea that now we have a whole battalion of paramilitary going to collect taxes. You don't succeed that way, and we have seen it. We have seen that in countries where people don't have a choice, they don't enjoy paying taxes, they will not give you taxes. You will use all paramilitary. Even before wazungu walikuja hapa wakaanza kwa rasu Afrika kwa tax, wa Afrika wakakimbia, wale wakaenda huko nyika wote wakawa halipi tax. So we do not want a situation where we have a militarized tax collection system. This I will say here, I will say in Parliament, and tell the chairman of KRA, we will call him out if he's going to militarize tax collection.
All right, the other thing that we have seen is the fact that you yourself included have called for the streamlining of government services and just making sure that the government is lean. Is this something that as Kenya Kwanza you have been discussing, and how soon can we expect some of these changes to happen?
Now we're going to use the flow of parliament to ensure that we restructure government. This government now has become a huge animal, and you don't actually, some of the departments and many departments, many parastatals that exist in this country just gobble funds and money, and they offer no services to the people of Kenya. And what I will advocate for, and which I'll continue to even to tell the president, we need to have a lean government. A lean government is more efficient and wastes less resources. We need to plug in the gaps in terms of wastage and ensure that resources are not wasted. And I think it is the interest of this country that we reduce taxes by ensuring that we run a lean government and reduce loopholes and remove all these small departments. Government should not do business. Government should facilitate business. But we have small parastatals here and there that continue to gobble money, and there's no value for that money for the people of Kenya. So it is important that even civil societies advocate for a leaner government, not at the cabinet level, but as it comes down, it bulges and consumes a lot. We need to stop that, and we need to have a leaner government in this country. Right. Not everything must be done by government. That is my principle. Not everything must be done. Allow private sector to thrive and do those kind of things. Yes, and I also want to tell county governments that they need to stop wasting funds. There's a lot of wastage in terms of small administration. A governor now spends, the office of the governor spends half the budget of the county government because of ceremonies, because of chairs, because of flowers, because of red carpets, because of all those things. These things must stop. You can't, what I need is a governor to appear and make his speech. But the cost of bringing a governor to a function is a lot of money on the county government just because a governor is appearing for 10 minutes and yet you spend 10 million to host a governor. Those things must stop. And it is the same things that President Ruto is saying. If the president is coming to my constituency, why should GRO spend 10 million shillings to host the president? The president is just a symbol of unity. We don't have to spend money on them. And I want to tell my fellow colleagues that we need to rein on government and tell them they need to stop these unnecessary expenses. It is what is increasing taxes, and these Kenyans are unhappy about tax increases, and that we must stop.
All right, so Mheshimiwa, lastly, before we let you go, is the question of, as Kenya Kwanza, one of the things that you had promised Kenyans, and particularly traders, is to bring down the cost of living. But the question they're asking is, what changed?
Now, the reduction of cost of living is not a one-day action. It is not a one-day affair. It is progressive, and I think as we spend money on fertilizers, spend money on many other things, the cost of living eventually will come down. So we are looking at the continuum. At the end, we will peak and go down and ensure that the cost of living is actually reduced. So I'm not worried about the cost of living at all. We are putting mechanism in place to ensure that eventually Kenyans realize what we promised them as Kenya Kwanza, and we will get there.
All right, thank you so much.